Wow, I am bright in this kitchen. I'm like an Easter egg. It's convenient because it's Easter weekend. And it isn't not 8:30 p.m. when I'm starting filming this. Honestly, guys, this quarantine business, it's been tricky to film. We're gonna be up till midnight. We're gonna be baking till midnight. That's right, everyone, it's another episode of Baking Till Midnight with Rachel. And today I felt inspired to do a different type of baking for me, something that I have really wanted to get better at. It's a baking pun that I didn't intend. And today we're gonna be doing a very specific type of baking. And this was inspired by a video that I saw recently from Julien Solomita. He has a cooking channel here on YouTube and it's fantastic. You should all go watch it. 10 out of 10 recommend. It's hilarious. And he did this entire video creating this gluten-free bread that he said was so good. And he has celiac disease. I have a bunch of in-laws that also have celiac disease, and I've been meaning to find and perfect a bread recipe that they can work with. Today we're gonna be creating two different recipes. We're gonna be doing the one that Julien created in the video, so I'm gonna be testing that one out as well as one for the bread maker because I'm just kind of curious. The one that Julien did was kneaded and then rising, go in the oven versus the bread maker, which is obviously gonna be easier. I love that I'm pointing over here because that's where my little bread bucket thing is. The recipes have a lot of the same components to them, but one's gonna be savory, one's gonna be sweet, and I'm just kind of curious in terms of the consistencies, how they differ, and I don't know, I feel like experimenting this evening. So buckle up, people, we're making bread. Us and the rest of the world. Everyone's making bread these days. If you have any good bread recipes, leave them down below, leave me some comments, leave me some Instagram DMs, just send me your recipes. Okay, I'm baking everything. So with that said, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. We bake a lot of things, not a lot of gluten-free things, but that might change, I don't know. The world is our oyster. We can make oysters, I don't know. Let me know what you guys wanna see. This is our channel, we can do whatever we want. So let's dive into the first one, shall we? And that is going to be the bread maker because that is going to take some time in the bread making machine. I have all the ingredients over here, I laid them all out. This isn't type A personality, I don't know what is. So the one that's going in the bread maker is gonna be more of a sweeter bread because it has bananas in it. So I have all the ingredients here. We're gonna basically dump it in this guy and then set it in the bread maker, which I put in the basement because this is loud. So we beat the eggs. We're going to put them in first. Bleh. Make sure they are room temperature. That is key. And then followed by the remaining wet ingredients, then the bananas and brown sugar. Okay, we have milk. I have to heat up the milk as well as the butter, which I did heat but has re-solidified. We need precise measurements for the temp, guys. We have to have it at a very precise 80 degrees because we are going to be putting yeast into this. Little yeasty guys. I'm gonna stick in some butter that has been melted as well as some apple cider vinegar. Keep double checking to make sure I'm doing it right. It's a very specific order. All right, we're at 80 degrees Fahrenheit now. So we're gonna dump that in. And then 1 cup of mashed ripe bananas. That is disgusting. And a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. I said. Embarrassing me in front of my friends, thank you. Into this bowl, we are gonna put basically all of the dry ingredients, except for the yeasties. They get to go on top, like a birthday candle. So in here, we're gonna have a couple of different flours, xanthan gum, tapioca starch, just a bunch of fun things. Chickpea flour and sorghum flour, whatever the case is, everything's going in. These have been pre-sifted, by the way, in case anyone is wondering. That's right, we sifted it. Ooh, it's a very like rich, like a very dense smell. I'm only going to become more incoherent as the night wears on. And hopefully these are going to be good. So next like grocery pickup, drop off that we do with like family, I'll like drop off a loaf of bread with it, right? We got everything in here. We got the salt, we got it all. Okay, so I'm going to whisk this together. Whisk, 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 whisk. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, this is going to be so good. I feel like if I say it enough, it's just gonna be true. Now pour over the wet ingredients and then sprinkle with the yeasties. Okay, do I need to mix it then? No, don't mix. And then we're just gonna do a little salt base, sprinkle yeasties. Get in there, little guys. Do your thing. So now I'm gonna go and put this in the bread maker. It has like a specific setting I'm supposed to use. I don't know, need 2 phase, whatever. Off we go to my little bread portal in the basement. Where is it? Where is it set up? Chris came down here and set it up. Oh, there she is. I see you, hiding here by the popcorn maker. And now while the bread maker bread is baking, we're gonna go on to the recipe that Julien used. This I will link down below for you guys. It wasn't, I guess, Julien's recipe, but one that he used. So we're gonna start with the yeast. So I have here some water that was boiled to 110 degrees. So we're gonna let the yeast rise in that with some maple syrup. You're gonna get to taste the good stuff. Real maple syrup. So we need a cup of warm water. I'm still gonna check the temperature of it. Okay, 104. It's close enough. We're gonna add in 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. Whoa. Here we go. Easy now, Rachel. Now we're gonna add in some yeast. I hope you enjoyed the maple syrup. It's delicious. We're gonna let this sit and froth for 10 minutes. All right, 10 minutes and 3 cookies later, boom, risen yeast. I don't know what it is about yeast. When it rises, I get so excited, like I've done something. So now, according to the directions, we're gonna add in all of the dry ingredients into a medium mixing bowl. And again, we have a couple of different types of flour here. So the chickpea flour again, as well as brown rice flour and a gluten-free flour blend, like an all-purpose flour. So we're gonna add them all into the bowl here. Got the salt, little sugar, as well as some optional spices. I mean, they say they're optional, but really are they? We have some garlic powder as well as some rosemary. Obviously, if you have fresh herbs, you should definitely use them, but we don't. We basically still have frost outside. All right, now that this has been all mixed together, I'm gonna put in all of my wet ingredients. So we have obviously the yeast. I'm gonna start with that. Toss that all in. Oh, so awesome. As well as a tablespoon of coconut oil that has been melted and 1 egg. Now, this recipe is also vegan, so they used flaxseed instead of an egg, but I don't have flaxseed, but I do have an egg. So we're gonna go with egg today. Then we're gonna add in the remaining ½ cup of warm water and mix. This is very, it says mix until it becomes a sticky dough. So guess I'll do that. Hold on, I need to confirm some things. I need to double check this. It does smell really good though. I really like it. All right, what is up with this? Mix until you have a sticky dough. That's not helpful, Linda. I don't think her name is Linda. I just frustrated. Okay, let's see what Julien's bread dough looked like. What? Oh, my dough does not look like that. Okay, his looks like legitimate dough. I have soup.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm not usually on the screen without Rachel. This feels weird. I'm going to try to make this dough less soupy. Oh. I don't care for that garlic in there. Saw that in the recipe and I didn't understand it and I'm not liking the smell of it. Oh, I could address some of your questions from the last video. Not the cinnamon toast ones. I still don't believe that's a thing. So I'm not finished, but I was born there and I lived there until I was 11. So I'm not finished, but I remember it fairly well. I speak a little bit. Nah, speak is wrong. I can read a little bit of it. So I'm adding a touch more of each kind of flour, the all-purpose, the rice, and the chickpea. Trying not to mess with the ratios too much though. I am much more optimistic about that kind of dough. I don't want to add too much more flour. I'm gonna make sure it's all incorporated, not overmix it too much. Is overmixing gluten-free bread dough a thing? I don't know. So I assume we let it rise now? Is that right? Yeah, grease the loaf pan and dust it with some flour. All right, let's do it. This is definitely not the consistency that I saw in Julien's video, but he also didn't use the same recipe as the recipe he posted. He used, for example, 1 packet of active dry yeast, which is, I think, 2¼ teaspoons. The recipe said a tablespoon, which is 3 teaspoons. I don't know what else was changed, really. It's hard to follow his video, kind of. Yeah, that looks right, right? I'm gonna pretend you said yes. Cover with a damp towel. Ooh, good thing I read that. Damp towel in a warm place. Okay, see you in an hour. Rachel will probably see you in an hour.
Okay, I'm back. I feel like I missed some stuff, but apparently there's some dough. Found it. Oh. Why is this so wet? Oh no. Oh, spilling dough everywhere. We got some dough on the top of our fridge. That's fun. Let's just get that before it dries up there.
No one ever looks out there. You don't even need to clean it.
If by chance there's still dough up there, I can be lovingly reminded of the bread I attempted to make in the quarantine of 2020. So let's examine the loaf. Woo! Can you see this, Christopher? Look at. Oh, it's gonna fall out. It's very full. So 2 loaf pans it is. All right, Pamela. All right, I'm performing dough surgery here. I hope this doesn't ruin it. I'm really excited about it. And because I have fixed this up, I'm just putting in a little piece of aluminum, just because it's a little bit of bread. I'm going to put the towel back over these and just let them kind of chill there for a little bit, and then we'll put them in the oven. It's just a mess. Just a mess. And now, while this is rising, instead of doing any of the dishes that are in front of me, I'm gonna eat mini eggs. I mean, they're not the original, like the Cadbury ones, because those ones may contain peanuts. Cadbury. These are like the... It's an extra mini egg. Miniature mini egg. Like... Alright, well they're good anyway. Oh, not good. Fun fact, Chris bought like 4 bags of these last Easter from Costco. I've gone through a lot of it. Do you guys like the mini eggs, or do you like the big cream eggs? I don't know if I'm a big fan of them. Let's discuss this. I mean, which candy is the winner? Is it mini eggs? Is it cream eggs? Or just like the regular, like the classic chocolate eggs? Those are the ones that we had like hidden around the house and stuff. They're also very good. Well, I'm just gonna, you know, fill up on these and be up until 3 a.m. All right, let's taste test some things. So this is the one that came out of the bread maker. Don't look at the bottom of it. It is very soft and squishy though. Mm. So, I mean, it has that going for it. Okay, hold on. I wanna see this.
Impressive looking crumb.
Does it smell banana-y? Not really.
There's not a lot of banana in it.
No, it wasn't as, like, it's not true, like, banana bread. It's, like, bread with banana in it. The loves already. Okay, wait. Cheers. That tastes surprisingly bread-like.
The crust isn't very good, but
the inside of it.
Yeah, I just want to try cut the crust off to see.
It has that really nice, fluffy chewiness to it that I associate with like a glutinous? Is that a word? Did I get it? Oh, good for me. Gluten bread has that nice chewy doughiness to it that this has.
There's no banana in there.
But it is slightly sweet. I wouldn't have this with like a sandwich.
No, I guess not.
I'm sure you would have this with like peanut butter though.
Gladly.
Sorry.
I remember peanut butter. What would you use it for though?
I don't know. But it's just good. Butter. I'd eat it with butter.
Buttered, yeah.
But like, you could just make bread to eat with butter though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
End of list.
It is good.
Like, I ate it all.
Yeah.
I don't like the outside as much though.
The crust is not crisp. Even though it's burned, it's not crisp.
But like, the rest of it's great.
Yeah, the crumb is good.
Mm-hmm. Now here is the other one. So, much more of a blonde appearance. And it hasn't risen. Like, this one looks like kind of fluffy. Has a little bit of fluff to it. This one's very flat.
Much more cornbread-like.
Yeah.
It's quite crumbly, which is normal with a gluten-free, I think.
Ooh, yeah, that's pretty dense. in comparison. This one has like a nice sponginess to it. This one, very much cornbread-like. Yeah. Julien said this was great, so I have high hopes. Really like the rosemary in it.
Yes, but I really dislike the garlic powder.
Oh, interesting. I wouldn't have picked up on the garlic powder at all, but the rosemary is really good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It would have been better if it were fresh rosemary, but, you know, we don't have it, so what can you do? But it's there and it's good.
Mm-hmm. Consistency is not overly, like, gluten bread like that. Like, the banana one has that, like, softness.
We're at the start of our journey, I think.
See, I want the flavor from this, and I want the, like, floofiness of this together.
And then I would like to improve on the crust.
Oh, the crispiness?
But then I think we would really have something.
That would be really good.
I would love to hear suggestions if you've had anything that works.
Like any like flour recommendations or amount of time in oven or any like tips and tricks. Like a lot of like the things that they talked about for this loaf were like, you know, make sure the yeast has a lot of time to kind of sit with it. Make sure it's nice and frothy. Make sure that the dough stays in a dark, warm place for a full hour plus before you put it in the oven. Like, those types of tips and tricks are really, really valuable, I feel like, especially for gluten-free stuff. Would you say that this is good enough to feed to your sisters and your mom, though?
No, like the stuff that they get from the store, the frozen breads and things like that are better breads.
One of Chris's sisters found a pizza from a pizzeria that she said was so good and tasted so much like pizza dough. Like, she ended up buying a whole bunch of the frozen dough because it was just so much like just a glutinous pizza crust. So, like, I know it exists.
That was a cauliflower crust, too.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know that. It exists.
Yeah, we can get there. That's what, like, I'm not dumping on these. These are fine. These are decent. Anything fresh in the oven with butter on it. It's tasty. But because I know that better is out there, I want to get there.
Would you put cinnamon and sugar on this one?
Is that a thing?
It is!
We could invent that. Make it our thing. Trademark.
That's where we have words. I thought this was a good experiment, and I'm glad that we did both of them. Because I feel like this gave me a lot of hope that there was that nice like consistency out there. And then this one, I was really impressed with the flavor of it. The texture isn't there, but the flavor, I feel like I would like to improve in certain ways. So, I don't know. I think this was a good experiment, and it was fun baking. This is our latest one yet. 1:30 in the morning, everyone. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any tips, again, leave them in the comments.
Please. Because
we are truly looking for different recipes and ideas. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Love you all. Mwah.
But yeah, I like butter too.
Maybe that's what it is. I just like butter.